But yeah, here's our transmission ready to go. Let's see, what else have I done lately? I've gotten more things painted. I did manage to get that one broken bolt out of my die with much fiddling and a few swear words, and the die is intact, so I can use it for future thread chasing. So that's nice. And then, oh, another thing is I got the ignition coil and the alternator cleaned up. I had to be careful, can't just dump it in the rust remover because there's parts, you know. So I had to remove it as best the rust as best I could, and then I just hand painted it. Is that necessary? No. Will it break things? No. Actually, I do have to take the I have to make sure I get the paint off of this grounding tab, or I won't have a way to turn it off, the engine. I got the underside the other day, but for some reason I forgot to do the top side. Which reminds me, I'm going to have to make sure that the paint doesn't interfere with its ability to have a good ground to the engine. So that's one drawback of painting, is you're going to have to scrape some off to make sure you got a good ground. Same with this guy. What else? I got new belts, also from Parts Tree. Okay, I need to borrow the linkage off the lawnmower engine. So, note to self, this spring right here hooks onto this loop right here. And the other end of the linkage goes to the governor arm. So I decided to clean up the carburetor because it hadn't been done in a while. And while I had the ultrasonic cleaner fired up, I decided to go ahead and give this guy a clean. And I'm glad I did. He was full of green stuff. Like, yeah, green goo. And that took me by surprise because I use ethanol-free gasoline in all of my carbureted machines. Even ethanol-free gasoline will deteriorate over time, but I wasn't expecting it to turn all gooey. The linkage that, as it hooks up to the carburetor, goes in here like that, but the little plastic bushing that fits in here is so old that it keeps falling out. And in fact, when I went to put it together, I dropped it and I don't know where it is. I want to make a new bushing. Let's see if I can make a new bushing for that. So here's the linkage off the lawnmower. Take this back off. There we go. And that slides right out. Ta-da! Okay, set that aside. And these. Okay, so what I want, my first thought was to maybe squish some JB Weld in there, let it set, drill a hole. Then I thought, what if I can make this linkage fit into a rivet? Just a regular old aluminum rivet. Wouldn't that be neat? I want to try that. If nothing else, I'll waste a rivet. But let me try that, and let's see how it goes. Okay, let's do it the easy way, and see who will fit. All right, let's see. What about 3/16? Will that fit? It will not. I could always drill this out bigger. Almost every rivet I have is 1/8. But I do have a 3/16 and a bunch of random free range ones. Actually, that's 3/16 too, isn't it? Let's see how that fits. A little loose. That would fit if I open that up just a tad. If you need calipers, Skyrim is the wrong video game. You got to go with Oblivion, I think. Oh yeah, I was going to compare this guy, which is 2.2 millimeters, to this guy, which is 2.7. Okay. And then there's this guy, which is 2.2. I think what I'm going to do then is modify this fellow, but that means I'm going to have to cut that short. Let's see. Oh yeah, and I got to open up this just a little bit, so let's do that. Alright. How's that? Hey, fits. Okay. So the next thing I need to do is get the center bit out, because I need to shorten this. How much do I need to shorten that? I only need about that much. Now we'll put the center bit back on. Okay, then, all right, let's try this, see if it works. Okay, I think that'll do. Oh, probably didn't need to bring the hammer with me, but here we go. So let's see if this guy will go through. Ooh, it's a little close. There we go. Look at that. Okay. Yeah, it's a little hard to get. It's probably not round anymore since I was whacking on it. So better. Ooh, I like that. All right, let's see. Let's put it back on the actual carburetor. Also, let's get rid of the metal shavings here. Let's see, how did that go in? Like that, right. Okay, that goes in that way. All right, so that sits on there like that. So we have this guy comes in like this, and there you go. Takes all the slack out of that hole, gives you a softer bit of metal to wear on, and if it ever breaks, I know how to replace it without having to buy a whole new carburetor. Ha-ha! All right, well, I'm happy with that. Here's some updates. I finally got as much of the old paint and crud off of the mower deck that I'm gonna get. So I primed it. I used the entire can of Rust Stop red primer. I like this stuff. I've used it before, and there's some stuff that I never actually got around to painting, and it sat outside for several years, and there's just now starting to get a little tiny bit of rust on it. I need to address that. But for this purpose, we are ready to go. So I have thought for quite a while on how I'm going to paint this, and I'm going to go at it from a couple different ways. The top I'm going to paint with red color that I like, and then I'm going to try this stuff. I've never tried it before, but this is two-part epoxy spray paint. I'll have to go find my organic air filter for it, and definitely do it outside. But this will be the top clear coat over whatever color I put on there. Hopefully this will keep the bits of oil and gasoline from ruining the paint job in the future. We'll see. It's got to be better than regular indoor-outdoor spray paint, right? And then for the bottom, I'm going to use truck bed liner, and we'll see how that works. Okay. Well, that's the first coat. I don't think I showed this yet, but here's the result of the plastic welding I did. It turned out really good. I'm quite pleased with the results. I do need to drill out the holes again, but because they're partially filled in. But yeah, that turned out pretty good. All right, I have finished painting the underside of the mower deck. Not only that, but I got the kick plates reinstalled. So I think it turned out pretty good, and I also did all the parts that I wanted to on, the top half of the deck. A lot of this is going to be covered up, a lot of the black areas, but and then I'm not sure that all of this is going to stay black, so I went shopping and I got my red for the top, so it's going to be this color, not that color. But one of the reasons I went ahead and installed the kick plates is because I want to go ahead and cover up these screws with paint and have them match the, be the same color as the mower deck. So the planets finally aligned, and I got the clear coat on all the parts. So I think they turned out pretty good. I mean, it's not like you can tell. There's the other. You can't really see it. There it is. The other. So I managed to do all 2 coats on each part that I wanted to do. And of course there's a leaf on it already. That's all right. So yeah, each part got 2 coats. And that used up about 1 can. So didn't have to worry about the pot life, which is only 2 days, because I use that epoxy stuff. This stuff, I used this stuff because I don't know what else to get. It's really hard to search for 2K paint because so often what the search results give you is 2X, which 2X is just primer and paint combo. This is the 2K is a two-part epoxy paint, and yeah, it's really hard to find this stuff, at least for me. So this came from Amazon. Almost no directions other than shake it, puncture the doodad, shake it some more, and then paint. So no dry time, no cure time, no time in between coats, no temperature range, just here it is. We'll see. It seems to have polymerized already. It's only been a couple hours, so gee whiz, I'm going to be assembling the lawnmower pretty soon, so I'm starting to get kind of excited. I've been waiting for weather and circumstances so that I could use this stuff just so, because you only get one shot at it, and I've never done it before, so it's kind of not sure what it would be like. But basically it's just like putting on any other spray paint. You just paint it, and that seems to be it. The first coat seemed to be dry to touch in about an hour, so I put a second coat on, spent a couple hours outside, and that stuff doesn't even feel sticky. It feels like it's like completely finished, so I'm pretty happy with that. Anyway, so now I get to turn that back into a lawnmower, so that should be fun. And the motor's sitting over there, engine, because I took the top off to paint it. Okay, well, with the clear coating done, I can now start reassembly. So that's a perfect time to end this video and get ready to start the next video. I sure hope you guys have enjoyed the series so far. I'm really looking forward to putting this guy back together. It's September now, so I've missed the mowing season for this year, but there's always next year, right? If you learned anything so far, that's awesome. If you haven't, I'm sorry. And I'll try to do better. And as always, thank you very much for watching.